Welcome, and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Well, it was a disappointing Sunday last week when the Texans beat us in the last 46 seconds in the 39-37 defeat in Houston. It was terrible. We thought Baker Mayfield had thrown the winning touchdown to Cade Otton, and we'd won the game, but didn't go that way. 46 seconds left on the clock, and C.J. Stroud takes the Texans all the way to the end, wins the game with 6 seconds on the clock. And it was a gut-wrenching defeat. And we thought he had it in the bag with only 46 seconds to go on the clock. It didn't work out that way, and we suffered a 4th straight loss this season. And we dropped our record now to 3-5, which is something we shouldn't have ever dreamed could have happened when we were 3-1 when we took the break. And before the bye, 3-1. We've lost the last 4. We've been back since the break. It's been a sad 4 games, as we know. We were beaten by the Lions, and then the Falcons, and then the Bills, and now the Texans. It's a terrible, terrible situation out there with the Tampa Bay Buccaneer football at the moment. It doesn't look too much better coming into Tennessee this week. We allowed C.J. Stroud to throw 475 yards and 5 touchdowns on us Sunday in Texas, which is the most yardage ever thrown by a rookie quarterback in the history of the NFL. That's as terrible as the secondary and the passing defense was against the Texans. And C.J. Stroud was a tremendous football player. He's going to be a superstar in this league. Nothing to take away from some of the passes he's made, which were brilliant. But our secondary was burnt like toast. It was a terrible, terrible exhibition of football defensively in every respect. The offense came to play, wound up putting 37 points on the board and still lost the game. Can't put this on Baker Mayfield. Can't put this on the offense. When you give the ball to the opposing team and you're ahead with 46 seconds to go, and they have to drive 90 yards to beat you, it's on the defense like it was all day and like it's been on many of the games that they've lost. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a long way to go. This was a demoralizing defeat. It could be catastrophic, frankly, because I'm going to keep it real with you here on Sports Talk with the Cowboy. It could be catastrophic if the Tennessee game goes sour on us on Sunday. We're going to have to win a game. You lose 1, that's one thing. You lose 2, that's bad. You lose 3, well, wait a minute. You lose 4, well, now you're going to have to win this 5th one. Okay, so we really got difficulties. Our defense has no pass rush ability whatsoever. Joe Tryon-Sharinka is just trash. I mean, nothing against him. This is in his professional situation. His playing ability, let's say that, is subpar. It's tremendously terrible. He has no business even playing out there as a first-string player. Neal, our safety, is absolutely atrocious. We're paying $20 million a year to Carlton Davis, and he got burnt 4 times, 4 touchdowns. One time it was 4th and goal. They had no kicker. 4th and goal from the 9, and he let a guy get in front of him and go past him for a touchdown. It was absolutely absurd to watch that defense. And because not only is the back end of the defense bad, but the front end that rushes the quarterback, they couldn't get there under no circumstances. They did get there on one play where there was a ball and an interception, and they got an interception by the pass rush, but it wasn't enough. He sat back there and he tore us apart. So it was a gripping and terrible defeat. This week the Tennessee Titans come to town. We've got Will Levitt, a rookie quarterback, King Henry, Derrick Henry coming to run the ball, and we got DeAndre Hopkins as a wide receiver that they got from the Cardinals, all-pro DeAndre Hopkins. That's the weapons we face Sunday in Tampa. We're going to have to stop all 3 of them if we got any chance of winning this game. Our offense is going to have to play a real brilliant game, and our defense has got to show up. And I mean that literally. Todd Bowles, the end of the season. I've had all questions all weekend after this terrible defeat Sunday. Will Todd Bowles be with us till the end of the season? He will be, I think. But I don't know that he'll be after the end of the season. I think and you say there's 9 games to go. This team has lost 4 straight games. And this game was penciled in at the start of the season that we could win this game. And we had it won. But it was a terrible weekend. We'll just continue to support our Buccaneers and next weekend we'll see what we can do against the Tennessee Titans. We're going to have a better running game. We're going to have a better whole total team situation. But friends, sadly, I'm wondering if the team itself is now to a point, and it's getting there. I mean, they say they're not there, but we'll see what happens this Sunday. We're going to get out there and root for them and get this team back on track. We're in the middle of a season, so there's not a lot that we can do but just ride it on out and see what happens. We're not really out of it completely. If we could turn it around and get a couple games on our belts. But we got to remember this. Tennessee this week, the San Francisco 49ers next week after Tennessee in San Francisco. It's not going to be a pleasant place to play. So we don't certainly want to. We want to get a win, and we need one. We need one in the worst way to salvage this season. We'll keep you posted here at Sports Talk with the Cowboy on what happens with the Bucs. On and some more NFL news. The Miami Dolphins were defeated by the Kansas City Chiefs in Frankfurt, Germany, Sunday morning. Good game, 21-14. Kansas City won that game. It was a lot of fumbles, a couple interceptions. One went for a touchdown. A little bit sloppy play, but they were in Germany. These two teams probably will meet sometime in the playoffs at the end of the season. We'll see how that goes. And it was a good game. The Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles, two perennial teams in the NFC East, they got into it. Philadelphia came out ahead against Dallas in that game. We had Minnesota on a rebound, 2 straight victories. They've lost Kirk Cousins. They've got Dobbs. He's a good little quarterback, played for the Cardinals. He got traded to the Vikings. Didn't even know the play sheet and went out there and won the last game this weekend. He's going to be the starter right on to the end of the season. He keeps playing like he is. He might be the starter after this end of this season. So Minnesota's on the rebound upwards. And so these are all the games we've tried to watch this week on NFL. You continue to watch it. We got a long way to go. There's a lot of things that's going to happen. And we'll keep you posted on it. And now we're going to go to baseball, which is over with the season. As we said last week, congratulations to Texas Rangers, world champions for this season. And the Tampa Bay Reds will be back in uniform at the start of February. We'll keep you posted on the winter meetings in December, whether there's any trades of our team to other teams for players. And we'll keep you posted on the Rays Stadium progress. The City Council of St. Petersburg in December will vote yay or nay on their approval of the plan. It's all in place, the money and everything else. We expect it to happen. And we'll keep you posted on that too. And as far as our Lightning goes, Vasilevsky's still out. We lost 3 games out of the last 4 in overtime, which was sad for us to get to overtime and lose. But we did lose. We did win yesterday against the Buffalo Sabres 3-2. So we are back on the rebound. And again, without Vasilevsky, our great center, and won't be here. We thought to Christmas, they say between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's moved up a couple of weeks. And when he gets back, things are going to change, and we've got a lot more hockey to play. So you be the thunder for our Lightning down in Amalie Arena. And we're gonna get back in this. If we can go 500 while he's injured, and then get him back in goal and net, we'll have a good shot at it. And we're hoping he's getting back, and he sounds like he's doing real good on that. As far as NASCAR in Phoenix, the end of our season of the NASCAR Cup Series, Ryan Blaney, Penske Motorsports, Team Penske wins his first world championship. He's a world champion of the NASCAR circuit this year, 36 races. He is the world champion. He defeats William Byron. He defeats Kyle Lawson and Christopher Bell in the Final 4 at Phoenix Raceway this last Sunday. Congratulations to Penske. Congratulations to Ryan Blaney. His father was a great race car driver, never won a world championship, so I'm sure he's proud of his son. Carrying on his legacy as a driver and winning the first Blaney World Championship. And he'll be a good ambassador to our sport until next year when we meet again in January and February in Daytona. And we start it all again. So we'll keep you posted on NASCAR, and they're going to have a much-deserved rest through the holiday season and go home and spend some time with their families. They've been gone for 36 weeks, every week on a different track. There's time to them have a little bit of time off. So congratulations to Blaney and the Penske team, and we'll look forward to covering you NASCAR when season begins, and anything major, we'll keep you posted on it. A lot of rides still out there for them, but for now, congratulations. And now we're going to go to our questions for this week. And Alice, of course, wanted to ask me about Memphis beating the University of South Florida 59-50. 109 points scored in that game up in Memphis, Tennessee this weekend. Our Bulls, USF, went up to play Memphis, University of Memphis. and it was 59-50. It was the most points scored by USF or against USF in the history of the program. 59-50. So it was 109 points scored in that game. There was one touchdown. Those teams scored a touchdown. You had to keep up with the touchdowns. Everybody got good yardage. We did lose the game. We have a game this week against Temple. It dropped our record. We need to get back on track the right way. We're 4 wins, 5 losses with 9 games. We've got 3 more to go. Temple this week. We got to win 6 games, Alice, to get into that bowl game, and we've won 4. So we got to win 2 of these last 3, and I think we got a good chance against Temple. I think we played admirably against Memphis. They were supposed to beat us pretty badly, and we kept up with them. So it was a defeat. During the game, I know, like you, when we were up a few times, we had a chance. Well, maybe we'd win this game. Maybe we'd make history and beat Memphis, but it didn't happen, Alice. But hey, we're still in the hunt for 6, and we'll be watching that Temple game up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania this week as our Bulls go to Temple and play the Temple Owls. Thanks for your question. God bless you, Alice. And the next question is from Terry, and Terry wanted to know what I thought about Baker Mayfield's play in the game against the Texans. And Terry, I thought Baker Mayfield played as good as Baker Mayfield can play. He made some mistakes, but that's Baker Mayfield. He made some gutty plays where he got hit pretty hard and took a hit for the team. That's Baker Mayfield. And he scored enough points for us to win the game. He had the team ahead with 45 seconds on the clock up there. He was ahead by 4 points. They had to score a touchdown to win. And the kicker put the ball at the 10-yard line, Terry. That's 90 yards the Texans had to go. And all Baker could do was stand on the sidelines and watch the defense let them go 90 yards and win. So I don't put it on Baker. Okay, I'm not going to put it on Baker, Terry. I think he's having a pretty good year. Baker numbers, he's having a real good year. And we hope he has a good game this Sunday, Terry. God bless you. Thank you for your question. And the next question is from Dave. And Dave wanted to know what I thought about Florida State's chances of making the Final Four this year in college football. And I think Florida State's got a good chance of making the Final Four in college football. Dave, they're playing real well. They won that game this week against Pitt. Pitt was tough, but they come back and they scored and they won the game. That's all that matters. Wins and losses. They've got 3 more games to go, and they're going to have to get through that gauntlet, and everybody else is, and these games are starting to get tight. And the big boys are playing the big boys now. So, one loss is a tragedy. So they got a big game against Florida Gators, the last game of the year, and of course they've got 2 more games on their schedule after the big game that they won against Pitt this weekend. I think they got a great chance of winning, getting in the Final Four. Great chance, Dave. The only chance of any team in Florida. They got the Hurricanes this week, so they got to play University of Miami Hurricanes. It's going to be a tough game, and they got to go to the last game. I don't know the game between them, but they got a great chance if they can win out these last 3 games, Dave. Real great chance. And hope everybody's healthy so that when they go in the playoffs, they got a chance to win a national championship. God bless you, Dave, and thank you for your question. DJX, what you got for me tonight?
Well, you know what it is, Cowboy. Let's get right off into it, buddy. All right. Kenny Pickett defends George Pickens, saying, you want guys that want the ball.
Well, Pickens is always that way, and he got talked to by Mike Tomlin about it. He didn't like not getting the ball. He didn't like being in the limelight.
Right.
These are divas. They want to be out in the limelight. They want everybody to see them.
Call them divas.
That's what they're about.
All right. 49ers beat out Ravens, Jaguars for defensive end Chase Young. Chase
Young, great player from the Washington Commanders, and they're having a fire sale over the Commanders because they're not going anywhere, and they has a new owner, and they're not going anywhere. So these big contracts, they just sold them as is. Mm-hmm. And they were great players. Chase Young was a great player, and all 3 of those teams attempted to get him, and he's going to be a good player. Not only did they get him this year, but they signed him to an extension, so he's there. So good kudos for them.
All right. Kyle Shanahan wanted Steve Wilks to coach from the sidelines. What's up with that?
Steve Wilks, ex-Carolina Panther head coach, ex-head coach at the Arizona Cardinals, defensive coordinator now for the 49ers. Well, Steve likes to be up in the box, and Kyle Shanahan likes him to be on the field where he can get down in people's face.
Yeah.
And, when you're a defensive coach and you're up in the box, they can look up at you. Mm-hmm. But if you're on the field, you can get right up in their face and say, hey,
Yeah.
You have to have your position coaches doing that. It's a little bit more when the defensive coordinator is the boss of the defense is down there on the field with you.
Right.
But I know that Steve Wilkes says he likes to see the field better from up there, which I can understand that. And Steve, I got a solution for you. All you got to do is just put your camera up there that moves back and forth, and you can be on the sidelines and see the camera. But yeah, Kyle wants him down on the sidelines, I think, where they can, Kyle's just used to him being on the sidelines, and some of these coaches, offense and defense, would rather be upstairs.
He wanted more hands on.
Yeah, down there closer to him.
Yeah, come on down. All right. Teammates guide Pickens through frustration.
Well, again, frustration about not being able to catch the ball, not having the ball thrown to him. And again, they're divas. Antonio Brown, all of the divas, athletes, diva. James Harden, basketball, diva. They diva. That's what they're about.
All right, for my last and final, let's go to the boards. Bucks 20th in power rankings.
I think that's high. There's 32 teams. They should be about 28. Coaching, terrible. Really, it is. It is poor. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
Coaching, on the Cowboy report card grade midseason, coaching, D minus sometimes. Defensive line, D minus. Secondary, F. Heard me, F. Failure, F. You're the owner of the team. You got $50 million back there, F. Linebackers, D. Get an average on that. Offensive line, C minus to D. Quarterback, C plus. Running backs, F. F. Rashad White, F. Keyshawn Vaughn, F. Chase Edmonds, F. And Spencer, we ain't even seen him. Where he's at with all these F's in front of him, I don't know. Can he do any worse? I don't think so. So total overall grade, D, 20th out of 32. I think it's a little high. I'd have it down about 28.
Oh, wow. Well, that's what I got for you tonight, Cowboy.
Well, thank you, DJX, and God bless you.
God bless you, too.
God bless each and every one of you. Lend a hand when you can. Put your hand out to somebody that needs a hand. Give them a helping hand, even if you can't. There's too much hate in this world. Every day we see it. Every day we see it on TV. We see it even in Israel, as we sit here tonight on this show. We pray for Israel. Israel is God's house, God's people. And we have to, as Christians, know that our hearts are with you, Israel. Continue to pray for Israel. Pray for the United States. And show kindness to one another. We need it bad. Until next show, God bless you. Cowboy out.
Have you ever had a dreams that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?